Thank you.
I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I'm pretty clear. What you're doing is clear as far as where the fermatas are and what type they are in general. Yeah, except the releases prep could use a little work, but I mean I can tell what you're doing. I'm not sure how it relates to the
Okay, so here's the thing. We're looking at held notes and you're beating through them.
Okay.
So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we're saying 1, 2, 3. That's 3 quarter notes. That's not a quarter note and then a half note. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you need to change all your held notes to be quarter notes, because that's what you're giving us. Now, the last measure, he was very specific. He wants a whole note with a fermata.
Okay.
So you're giving us 4 beats instead of a whole note with the fermata. Okay? Can you do the first line again?
Okay.
So now the whole note fermata is fixed. Now you need to change that half note to be 2 quarter notes with fermata on the 3rd beat.
Okay.
Okay, Saul's going to work with you on fermatas.
Well, wait. What observations do you guys have?
When you start, it goes away after a while, but when you start, your head goes.
Okay. Other observations?
Looking for something.
I have no idea what she said.
Finger.
Oh, okay. Anything else? Stylistically, what is he giving you? Conduct a little bit.
It's not quite a legato. It's a little more broken up than a legato. It's
Yeah.
almost a staccato.
Yeah, well, it's not reading staccato, but it's really vertical, and that's going to give you that weight and that articulation that you're kind of getting.
Okay.
And also, because it's so vertical and you're trying to stretch the time, you get a little low sometimes where your beats are hitting. It's not a lot, but it's a little under where I think it probably should be. Now, what am I helping him with?
Wait just a second. Try it again, thinking more horizontal, and try thinking of your movement as completely consistent. Don't move faster or slower at any point, okay? you guys hear your sound change? Did you hear that, Aaron?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. It went from da kind of legato to da da, and it was fuller and richer. And that happened when you slowed down a little bit and went more horizontal. So that's what you need to work on, okay? All right, your fermatas with breaths are the same as your fermatas with susurrus.
Fantastic.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Do you know what is required to do a fermata with a breath? Okay, try measure 3 on line 1 and then do measure 1 on line 3. Thank you for making them so confusing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's all good.
Did you guys see any difference between the two?
It sucks.
It's because you're stopping.
Okay.
You can't stop on the susurra is fine. You cannot stop. You have to 1, 2, 3, and then when you release into a swishing motion, and that's when you breathe.
For the releases prep.
Yeah.
Try it one more time.
Yes. See? That was better.
One last thing is, be careful, your fermatas are kind of floating all over the place. Like your release gestures are happening here, they're happening over here, they travel, and there's no need for them to. You can hit the fermata and keep it roughly where you place the ictus. It doesn't have to move way out here, and then here's the release, and then now I'm gonna, yeah. And if you fix the vertical thing, that will help with that somewhat. You won't end up having to do all your fermatas way up here.
Next.